Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. This is the Raid Shadow Legends video, and I have to, before anything else, give a major shout out to Plarium for putting together this test account server. Now, this is actually from back in the day. This is like a month or two ago when they first let us try this feature out, and it was fabulous. And this is a video that I recorded back then, and I just never really put it together, but we just had this Void Summon event. I was just talking about some great champions from the Void Summons that you should be looking for, especially rare champions. There's a reason why, guys. I'm bringing in Fanatic in this team right here, a clan boss team. It's all rares plus High Khatun, free-to-play champion. So this is a free-to-play nightmare team run, and we're going to be doing good damage on it. Not quite one key, but we're doing good damage for a free-to-play team. It's pretty remarkable. Now, I do have some of my gear on it, so you're going to see the stats are probably a little bit higher than maybe what you can reach, but the speeds are very attainable, I think, for a lot of players. Maybe not everybody, but there is definitely going to be a point. And you can always bring in epic champions to replace these rare ones. It's totally doable. But yeah, we're going to go over the champions. We're going to go over the team. And then I'm actually going to show you in the calculator exactly how the speed tune looks so you have an idea of what we're doing. And then we'll do the run. It's pretty remarkable. I'm pretty happy with this one. So yeah, major thanks to Plarium for letting me get on that test server, allowing me to try some stuff out, and I had an absolute blast doing it. So yeah, let's look at the champs. So the first champion we should look at is High Khatun. Fantastic speed lead. She gives you that nice aura of 19%. You can see her speeds at 230. HP and defense are pretty high. Everybody's going to be kind of about that level. It's a little high, granted, for Nightmare, but for most people at Nightmare, but I think, you know, this is going to give us a good idea of what this team could do. Fanatic, about the same thing, about 3,500 defense, 36,000 HP. You notice everybody is in lifesteal, 126 speed. I did give him 100% crit rate, so we can see what he can do, and plenty of accuracy. Not a great damage dealer, but not terrible either. You can see the support tree that we have him on there. Try and extend that decreased defense buff. Not a high chance to land, and we want it to land as much as possible, so I did put him in that. I think the next champion we're going to be bringing in is Frozen Banshee. Obviously amazing. We all know about her. Defensive tree, offensive tree. Again, about she has 200 speed, and you can see 3,700 defense, 41,000 HP. Again, I try to keep them about the same level, and that's kind of where we ended up. I have a lot of good gear, so it's hard to keep it down, actually. But I wanted to keep it a little bit more reasonable for people. And then there you go. Apothecary, same thing, almost exactly the same defense and offense, or HP. 205 speed. We do have 100% crit rate, so we can land that critical heal of his, because it can crit on the heal. And then we have Coffin Smasher here, going at 211 speed. 3,000 defense, but 50,000 HP. He's an HP champion, so more HP is good. 100% crit rate. Very nice for him. He can do a little bit of damage for you for sure. Offensive, defensive tree as well. Triple attack on that A1. Same with Apothecary. There's Apothecary's Masteries I skipped over. You can see going down the heal tree. We went lower steel to get some extra speed in this. That's the team we got. We got High Khatun lead, Frozen Banshee, Apothecary, Fanatic, and Coffin Smasher. So guys, this is the tune in the calculator. It's something I'm really proud of, but you can see all the stats over here. We've got High Khatun 230 speed, we've got that 1-turn delay in there, we've got Apothecary at 205 speed with that 2-turn delay, Coffin Smasher at 211, Frozen Banshee at 200, and Fanatic at 126 with that 3-turn delay on that A3 skill, the cleanse ability. Now, the other skills I was talking about, delays, those are the speed-up abilities for Apothecary and High Khatun. Those are the ones that matter, right, for getting in tune. You do notice we do have that 19% speed aura. That's pretty crucial to keeping these speeds low. Now, these aren't, like, the only speeds. These are what I have my champions at, but we can take this one all the way down to, I think, 225, 224, 220. Look how low we can go with this and stay in tune. 220 speed, and we will stay completely in sync, and that will work. We can lower a lot of the speeds of these champions, so 220 is the fastest you have to go with the aura. That's pretty attainable, guys. I mean, look, if you're trying to go to a 2-1 ratio, you're going to go fast. For a 2-1 ratio, that's a very attainable speed. Now, as far as like how this works, you're going to see that basically Fanatic is going to cleanse here at the top of every turn. So the stun is going to happen against whomever, right? Stun happens, whatever. It hits High Khatun probably because High Khatun's going to be in the lead. But it doesn't matter because Fanatic is going to do, the very first thing he's going to do is cleanse that stun off so we can stay in sync. One of the hardest things with these 2-1 ratios, especially with 2 speed boosters, is making sure they don't get stunned so their skills don't go on delay. Well, Fanatic cures that problem by cleansing that stun every single time. And then you'll also notice every single champion is taking 2 turns. on their attacks, except for Fanatic. So on the first attack before the AoE 1, everybody's taking 2 turns. On the second AoE, everyone takes 2 turns except for Fanatic, who only takes 1. Same thing with the third attack right before the stun. And what that means is Fanatic's taking 4 turns for every 3 turns the clan boss takes. He's on a 4-3 ratio, right? And because of that, his 4-turn skill with that cleanse is happening at the same time every time. And so that's why this can work. Now, the one champion that can't get stunned is Fanatic. So that is one thing we want to make sure we avoid. I haven't had an issue with that with my runs, but you definitely want to be careful about that. And part of the reason why it's not an issue is I have my whole team in lifesteal. With lifesteal, I don't really have to worry about those HP levels nearly as much. So that's definitely something I recommend, just to keep everything in sync. And then as far as the rest of it goes, it's going to be a pretty solid run. There's going to be a couple things that you're going to want to pay attention to as you watch this video. 1, look what happens when we don't have increase or decrease attack up on the clan boss. Look how much more damage we take. It gets real scary at that point. So that's a buff that we definitely need on the full time. And with Frozen Banshee in the composition, we have a pretty full debuff bar. So there's a good chance that won't actually have, there won't even be room for it to land. Also, Coffin Smasher isn't a 100% chance to land it. So it does fall off from time to time. Pay attention to that. The other thing is, right around turn 20 or so, Apothecary will prioritize using the heal over the speed buff, especially on this very first one. And basically it happens when High Khatun takes enough damage from the stun to drop her. I think it's under about 50% HP, maybe it's like 40 or 35%, but there's a threshold there where Apothecary will prioritize the heal over the speed buff. At that point, we're not going to be in tune anymore. It doesn't mean we're going to die right away, but we're not going to be in tune anymore at that point. So that is definitely something you'd want to keep in mind. One thing that we could do with this is swap the speeds of Apothecary and High Khatun would be an option, in which case Apothecary or High Khatun would actually go first there and use their speed buff, and that way Apothecary wouldn't really, Apothecary could still use the heal ability, but it wouldn't affect the speed tune itself. And that might be a better way to go as far as setting it up. Allow us to stay in sync a little bit longer, even dealing with the stun. Because it doesn't matter where they go, Fanatic's going to cleanse that stun every single time. That's the beautiful part about it. So these are a couple things you might want to consider, you might want to think about if you're actually going to run this team. Yeah, I think that really covers it. Oh, a couple quick things. No, you can't substitute Lysandra or Siphi or what's her name, Lydia, or really a lot of any other speed boosters. Golden Reaper. The unique thing about Apothecary and High Khatun is they have the exact same speed boost. It's a 3-turn cooldown. It comes with a 15% turn meter boost on top of the increased speed boost that lasts for 2 turns and is on a 3-turn cooldown. The regularity of that is really important. That turn meter boost is really important to keep us in sync. Now, it doesn't mean you can't build a team without those things and make it work. I'm sure you can, but I don't have the tunes for it. And it doesn't work in this particular team with these particular speeds. So those are things you would just have to adjust to. If you wanted to do that, I'm sure you can, but you have to adjust it on your own. I don't know how. So just giving you that spoiler alert. Also, this team has no buffs. We have no increased defense. We have no ally protection. We have no counterattack. We have no shields. Pretty crazy what you can do with just speed. Anyway, enough talking. Let's go ahead and watch the clan boss run. Okay, there you go. We got the clan boss there. We are going a nightmare clan boss. We got High Khatun as our lead, giving us that nice aura. And we're going to need a 1-turn delay on that skill. We don't want to use the speed ability just yet. We need to give it a little bit of delay. There we go. And we're going to try and get the decreased attack out with Coffin Smasher, which we never do right off the bat. Apothecary has a 2-turn delay, so A1 there. Frozen Banshee gets the sensitivity out, and then we're off and running. We're going to go ahead and transfer that debuff there with Fanatic. Always a nice little ability. Get the speed up from High Khatun, and then again try to get that decreased attack. We got it finally. That's such a nice thing. Another A1 from Apothecary, and then we start putting some poisons up. Apothecary is going to use their speed up boost on the next attack here, and we are pretty close to being in sync, but we still need a manual about 1 more turn. Doesn't really take off until a little bit later. There you go. You see that decreased defense goes out. It's a really nice ability that Fanatic has. Really good champion, guys. Really good. There you go. High Khatun, everyone's moving. Boom, boom. We got the speed up on everybody. We're going through. We got decreased defense, decreased attack, poisons, HP burnout. Everything's working great right now. Just A1ing. You see about 28,000 damage. Not too bad from Fanatic with the decreased defense. For a rare champion, I'm not upset with that. We keep the speed boost going. Everybody's kind of using their skills in turn. The only reason why we're still manualing is I want to make sure Fanatic doesn't use that A3 skill. At this point, we could auto, though. He's going to go first at the top of the next turn. He's not going to do this one anymore. There goes the stun. Here we go. We're going to use that A3 skill, increase attack buff, remove the debuff right here on High Khatun. I'm just going to click auto, make it work. Click, boom, cleansed, and we're in tune. That's it. That's all it takes, guys. It's really pretty remarkable how quickly this works. Now, like I said, this is a Nightmare team. This is not an Ultra Nightmare team. I have no idea if this works on Brutal. I wouldn't guess it does. At least not perfectly, but it is a pretty crazy team. You're going to see we have a pretty full debuff bar almost the entire fight. Do pay attention when that decreased attack falls off. If everybody loses like 50% of their health in one go, it's probably the decreased attack. This team lasts a little bit longer than 20 turns. Right around 20 turns, you'll see Apothecary will prioritize that heal over the speed boost like I talked about right there on High Khatun. But I love watching that. The stun happens, we cleanse it. It's so great. Really good champion Fanatic is, and I think just going to be a nice champion for a lot of people early on in Clan Boss, and I think actually going to be pretty good in some unkillable teams too. So with that cleanse and the increased attack buff, even the decreased defense buff, there's a lot to like there with him. So definitely some stuff to pay attention to with that champion. But all in all, pretty good team. Pretty happy with it all. I think it's going to work really nicely. So yeah, that's it. I'll let you guys watch the rest of this. The damage is good, man. We're stacking it up. So yeah, I'll let you watch the rest of this, and we'll come back at the end. 22 million damage, not too bad. Obviously, Frozen Banshee's carrying everybody, doing what, 12.5 million damage. Coffin Smasher dropping another 4, and Fanatic with 1.8. Not a great damage dealer. I mean, I tried it to see, just not a great damage dealer. Not terrible, just not great, right? Rare champion, but he did more than High Khatun in Epic, so not too shabby. But yeah, all in all, this is a fantastic team. To be able to do 2 key damage on Nightmare with all rares and High Khatun, I think is pretty remarkable. And nobody faster than 220 speed. I mean, those speeds are fast, I think, for a lot of people, especially when you're trying to keep the defense and the HP up. If you're an early level player, I get it. That's going to be hard. But it's attainable, right? Definitely the lifesteal is crucial, so trying to get that. But I didn't have any godly pieces of gear on anybody. So just, you know, keep that in mind. It wasn't like there's anything super ridiculous going on. Most of my gear did have some speed, but, you know, in general, it wasn't like too crazy. So, yeah, I mean, remarkable team. So real quick before we go, there's going to be a link down below in the comment and description of this video if you like the music from today's video. So it's a Soundstripe link. You can click that, use code DeadwoodJedi, and save yourself 15%. I got all the music I use in my videos in there, so it's a really good, if you like the music, I mean, it's great. Get some for yourself. And also, I have a new Game On series that I'm going to be doing. So I usually do like informational stuff, right? Use this champion, or these champions are best in this kind of scenario, that type of thing. I'm actually going to be doing a more story-based one called A Day in the Life. So I thought it might be a change of pace. Maybe you guys will enjoy it. I'm excited to try it out. So I'm going to have a link to my very first one of those down below in the comment and description of this video. And we're going to be taking Jintoro, A Day in His Life. Should be kind of fun and exciting. And then the very last thing is, obviously, I have to give a major thanks to all these wonderful people, my Patreons, for supporting me throughout this and just joining in. So if you guys would like account work, if you would like coaching, or you just want to support the website and the stuff that we do with the calculator, go ahead and click that link and you know, join my Patreon, and yeah, it'll be great, and I'll appreciate it very much, and I'll put your name up here. It'll be awesome. So all that said, hopefully you enjoyed this, guys. Hit that subscribe, like, follow button. Oh my gosh, can I stop talking? Thank you, guys. Till next we meet. I'm the Deadwood Jedi.